Good afternoon, Quad Cities. Thanks for hopping on to the A Plus app and also our simulcast on Facebook Live. I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky. Just wanted to give you a lunchtime update regarding our threat to see some strong to scattered severe thunderstorms as we head into late this evening and into the overnight hours. This is a new development as of this morning, seeing a little bit better ingredients coming together that will promote mainly a hail threat for us, especially if you live along and north of Interstate 80. And not only some large hail, but looks like we'll also be seeing some frequent lightning coming with these storms as well. So let's go ahead and break down a few things as we get started. If you have a question, by the way, you can put it in the live chat on the Facebook page, wherever you're watching, or you can also text it to us too as well. It's 309-304-0888, and we'll try to get to those questions too. In addition to this stream, Chief Meteorologist James Zahara will also have another stream, as you just saw behind my shoulder here. That will be at 8 o'clock this evening. And also a reminder too, we now have a 24/7 live radar tracking channel stream, or channel if you will, on the A Plus streaming app as well, that you can always see live radar and the storms that we're tracking 24/7. So check that out. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's show you the weather impact alert and what we're covering with that. It is from 10 o'clock this evening until roughly 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. Large hail, again, is our primary concern. We also could see some winds up to 60 miles an hour. And when you combine that with the larger hail, that becomes a problem. We're not only talking about damage to vehicles, but damage to roofs and also maybe your siding too, and any other fragile decorations that you may have outside. So 10 tonight till 2 o'clock tomorrow, about a 4-hour window. This is while most of you are going to be sleeping. This is not going to be a tornado threat type of setup. So at least let that put your mind at ease. Though if you have, again, valuables or something outside, it may not be a bad idea to make sure that your alerts are on and enabled on your phone. Here's the storm zone that we're working with. So earlier this morning, the 2 out of 5 was way to the north along Highway 20. Now with the latest update, this came out at 8 o'clock this morning, or 7 o'clock, excuse me, we moved that threat a little bit further to the south. I'm not too surprised by this move, given some of those better ingredients coming into play. So that's the zone, the 2 out of 5, that we're concerned with that larger hail size. If you're in the 1 out of 5, not looking too likely that you're going to see large hail, but you may see enough smaller hail, perhaps pea size or just a little bit bigger, penny size, that could cover the entire ground. So don't be surprised. These storms late tonight will be efficient hail producers, as they usually are this early in the season. We've still got a lot of cold air in the upper level of the atmosphere for these things to work with. So gusty winds, hail tonight. Tomorrow, all of us are in a 1 out of 5, but mainly I think east is where you're going to find the storms as we go into tomorrow afternoon with the cold front that's working through. Let's break down the individual threats here. Let's start with the hail threat. The probability of seeing that large hail quite elevated to the north of Interstate 80. That's a 2 out of 5 on the board there. In terms of the hail size, though, check this out. If you live east of the Mississippi River and south and north of Interstate 80, it's quarter size. But if you live north and west of the Quad Cities in that darker purple, that is going to be potentially up to 2 inches in diameter, from Monticello to Maquoketa, Dubuque, Galena. Savannah is included in that, just on the outside of the immediate Quad Cities, Muscatine and Clinton. That's where we think that large hail potential will be, where it could approach egg size, hen egg size. So there's the hail concern for this evening. I'll put an hourly tracker so you can see how this threat is going to ramp up as we go through the night. So the evening, the afternoon, quiet. Once we get to late evening, after 8 o'clock, that's when you see those bars stepping up closer to the level 2 out of 5, and then it maxes out there at 2 out of 5, say between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then after that, you can see how it quickly drops off. Let's go through Futuretrack. We have just got the latest updated run in here so we can show you how this is all going to evolve. And the plan is, and I'm going to kind of do this manually here so we can slow this down, because I don't want this blowing by at 100 miles an hour. So here's the plan. What we're going to see is likely that storm development take place just to the northwest of us sometime after 7, 8 o'clock. And then as we get closer to 9, 10 o'clock, that's when you'll start to see some of those strong storms arrive to the north of Interstate 80. You see them arriving in Dubuque and Galena right about 8:30 or so. And then as we get closer to 10, that's where we get the better coverage of showers and a few scattered severe thunderstorms mixed in. And notice this is kind of coming in waves here. The possibility of seeing two waves, one wave early far to the north, another wave a little further south as we get closer to midnight that kind of traverses Interstate 80. And then as we get beyond midnight, we start to see some of this activity drift slowly further south of Interstate 80 up until about 2, 3 a.m. After that, it appears things are going to be quieting down. I don't expect any of this activity by 5:30 tomorrow morning to be strong to severe. Just some heavy downpours there, especially if you're going south of Galesburg into Monmouth and Macomb and Burlington. Once we get into tomorrow afternoon, it actually looks really quiet around here. The cold front is coming in just after lunchtime. That's not an opportune time to get widespread showers, thunderstorms, or any severe weather going for tomorrow. So that's why we think the severe weather threat will be much higher with the cold front coming in further east of the Quad Cities for tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, nothing we need to be concerned with there in terms of severe weather. What happens after that? Well, the front that moves through tomorrow, it actually stalls out as we go south of Interstate 80 late tomorrow night and into Wednesday, and that will allow an area of low pressure to form and move along it. So we'll see repeated rounds of rain and thunderstorms, non-severe thunderstorms, by the way, arriving here as we go into late Tuesday night. Much of Wednesday morning here. Looks like we may catch a little bit of a break in the heavier rain as we go into Wednesday afternoon. And then we'll see yet another round of rain arrive Wednesday night and really sticking around through much, if not all, of the day on Thursday. And in addition to that, we have another round of rain coming in Friday night through a good chunk of the day on Saturday with more thunderstorms mixed in. Right now, none of those are expected to be severe, but you can see the rain is going to be the big story this week in that it will likely accumulate to several inches worth of rain. On average, I think most of us 2 inches. The way things look this morning with the data, do not be surprised if we see some isolated higher amounts that may surpass 2 inches. In terms of a flood risk, not really worried about that. The river levels continue to remain low. The ground is unfrozen. It is now thawed completely. And, with us heading into the mid-80s today, you can imagine there is no more frost left in the ground. This will be the third time, by the way, this month we've been in the 80s. So that ground is thawed out. It is dry. It's ready to receive the moisture. And notice at least we're getting some breaks in between the waves. So we get a wave of rain and thunderstorms about every 12 to 18 hours with this pattern. So there's enough of a break that I'm not too concerned about flooding at this time. I think the ground's going to be able to handle it. If you have leaves that are in your yard and you haven't cleaned those up yet, it might not be a bad idea either to check around your storm drains in front of your house. Make sure those storm drains are cleared. There's no leaves. There's no grass blocking them. I know a lot of our cities and municipalities have been doing a good job of going around and inspecting those. I noticed it in Geneseo a lot since I lived there, and a lot of them are clear. But still, if you live near one of those, make sure it's ready to go. Nothing blocking that so the water can flow freely and you won't have any problems. We're also on record watch today, and what we're going to be watching for are our temperatures this afternoon because we have a record high of 82, and we're already starting to see temperatures surge well into the 70s. We're at 75 right now, and we haven't even reached the warmest part of the day. That usually comes in between 2 and 3 o'clock this time of year. We've got that gusty southwest wind that's back as well. That with the sunshine is really what's going to boost those temperatures today. So it is likely we'll break the record of 82. I've got us going up to a forecast high of roughly 85 for this afternoon with this very strong southwesterly flow aloft coming in. Now, I'll give you another heads up too. We're not going to talk too much about it because we're focused on our weather impact alert in the near term here for tonight. But there's another weather impact alert out there for Thursday. That is not going to be for severe weather. That is going to be for some heavier downpours, especially during the morning and evening commutes. So both commutes on Thursday will be dealing with some heavier pockets of rain. That, of course, cuts down your visibility. And it also means you got to slow down. Otherwise, you're going to be dealing with a hydroplaning situation if you're going too fast for conditions. There you see our one-day break from the rain on Friday. Easter egg hunts on Saturday. You better do them inside. That looks like a very, very widespread rain event with a few thunderstorms. Thankfully, by Easter Sunday, this whole system is going to wrap up, and we'll get that out of here for a while. While I have you here, too, we'll go to the 14-day, a little added bonus for you, because early next week looks quiet. Nice and seasonably warm, too. You've got those 60s continuing, but it looks like another active pattern will pick itself up as we go into the following week, the end there, with more needed chances for some rain. So the rain is absolutely some welcome news. We don't want to get it all in one sitting, that's for sure, but it looks like we're going to have enough breaks spaced in between that, again, I'm not worried about a flood threat at this time. But, of course, like everything else, we're going to keep an eye on it. Should something else develop, we will absolutely let you know what may become of that. So, wanted to give you an update on that. If you have some questions, we'll go ahead and we'll get those taken care of. And then I encourage you to get outside. Enjoy this beautiful afternoon. My goodness. I'll be in full flip-flops this afternoon. I can't wait for that. And Cooper's going to get an extra long walk today, too. I guarantee it. Good morning to Billy, our faithful weather watcher, and Clinton. Let's see here. Loves the new CIG maps, the SIG maps, makes viewers understand the impact. Absolutely. I'm glad you enjoy those. We worked hard on integrating those into our system, so we appreciate the kind words, Billy. Thank you. Hopefully you don't get any nasty hail tonight. I know you're in the zone, so if you get anything interesting, definitely let us know. Good morning, Linnell. Good to hear from you up there in Davis County. Hopefully I'm wrong for the hail in Elizabeth, too. I hope we don't have any really nasty hail. Insurance is definitely no fun to deal with in that kind of a situation. Good afternoon to Tyler. I'm sorry, I think I said good morning to everybody so far. We're in the afternoon now. I'm used to those earlier streams. Good afternoon, Tyler. When it comes to the severe weather tonight, is there any small chance of possible severe thunderstorm watch being issued? Yes, that is a possibility that we could see a severe thunderstorm watch issued, especially given the coverage. You know, you look at Futuretrack, there's some good coverage expected of the storms here. So we'll see how things look. Again, do not be surprised to see a severe thunderstorm watch. No tornado threat tonight, though. We're not worried about that. Also wondering, with all this week, are we going to see any chances of flash flooding? The only chance I see for flash flooding is those streets where those drains are blocked. So that's why I'm encouraging you, if you live on a street and you got, one of the drains in front of your property, make sure that the grass is out of there, get the leaves. There's a lot of leaves still left over from some of the oak trees, which of course are always the last to fall in the winter, the leaves that is. So just make sure your storm drains are cleared. Also make sure your sump pump is functioning. Good idea to check that out. Not that it's going to be working overtime, because again, the ground is ready to receive this moisture. The ground is nowhere near saturated. A reminder that we're all in moderate drought right now. The drought has expanded and it's actually gotten worse. But remember too that we have not counted a lot of the rain or the snow melt into the drought status, or the drought tracker, if you will. That's something that will eventually get compiled in there, probably in this week's. But I'll pull up the drought tracker to show you this, just how thirsty the ground is right now. So there you see, and we'll pull it up on your screen here, that nearly the whole area now is in moderate drought, and we have areas of severe drought that are starting to expand a little bit more, even into the Iowa side, in southeast Iowa. So ground is ready, more than ready for this moisture, and outside of a clogged storm drain or something like that, I don't expect any major flooding. Again, the river levels are low for right now. Not seeing those too elevated. But yeah, there's the drought situation. Lots and lots of drought. The ground is ready for moisture, and it will take it quite easily. And I think with that, we're all caught up. Good afternoon, Gail, and good afternoon, Jim. You are quite welcome. No worries about tornadoes tonight, good sir. This is mainly just a hail threat. It's also going to be an incredible lightning show. When you get these thunderstorms that are prolific hail producers, the charge difference between the cloud and the ground is huge. So you're going to see quite a lightning show tonight as these storms are moving through. Great night for photographers, especially if you live south of Interstate 80 and can get away from the storms. Should be quite a show. I'll be a little jealous because I'll be in bed, so I'm not going to be able to stay up and watch that. But for those of you that do get the storms, again, hail is going to be the main threat that we're going to be tracking with those for tonight. A reminder, Chief Meteorologist James Zahara back on the 8+ app at 8 o'clock this evening with another live severe storm discussion. You'll have the latest run of Futuretrack. We'll have another update from the Storm Prediction Center regarding their thoughts of when and where the storms will be. And probably by the end of the News 8 to 10 newscast, there'll be some storms on the radar to start tracking. So lots more coverage coming your way today. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Of course, we'll keep an eye on things and let you know if anything else escalates or develops as we go throughout the afternoon. But there you see in summary, 10 o'clock this evening until 2 a.m. tomorrow. That'll be our main window of opportunity to see some of those stronger storms. Biggest hail, I think, right now is golf ball, but as you saw earlier on the graphic, we could see hail up to 2 inches in diameter, especially in our northeast Iowa hometowns. That'll be something we have to really keep an eye on. Thankfully, we don't have to talk about this. Not a threat for this evening. So hopefully you'll be able to rest a little easier knowing that. I'll let you guys get going. Enjoy your Monday. Get outside. Soak up this warmth. Don't forget that sunscreen, though. It's going to be gorgeous. Get outside today. I'll see you back on TV and, of course, on the A+ streaming app first thing tomorrow morning for GMQC. Have a great afternoon.